Here at Bernines Jewelry, we are an authorized retailer for one of the most contemporary and I would say futuristic brands in terms of just overall watchmaking and design, and that is Roger Dubuis. I'm here at Watches and Wonders 2025 presenting their latest collection of novelties for the brand, of course celebrating the 30th anniversary, which is an important milestone that the brand has achieved. Now, for those unfamiliar with the brand, Roger Dubuis has become somewhat of a collector's brand, especially due to the history of it. Roger Dubuis himself having worked for the most prestigious brand in the world, Patek Philippe, making the highest level complications, including minute repeaters, chronograph, perpetual calendars, and of course, in 1995, started his own brand, creating really unseen timepieces featuring a number of different complications, one of the most important being the bi-retrograde complication. Now, of course, we saw at the start of the brand, the bi-retrograde complication actually being featured in sympathy cases. And so for the 30th anniversary, Roger Dubuis has relaunched the bi-retrograde system, but paying homage to kind of the current Roger Dubuis theme and design language, now in an updated Excalibur case with an updated brand new movement for the brand in 40 millimeters, making this timepiece an exceptionally wearable and I think an extremely ergonomic watch to wear on wrist. Now, there's a number of details I definitely want to point out that really make this piece stand out. First and foremost is this retrograde system, this semi-open work dial where you actually get to see the retrograde system with the straight line, linear line of ruby. Essentially, it's the whole system that allows the retrograde system to work itself. But the dial itself here is really what is so eye-catching. There is so much depth and dimensionality. First and foremost with the outer dial featuring mother of pearl inlay, which is just absolutely beautiful in contrast to the gold outer ring and this brushed kind of dial in the center, which is just, again, just high contrast, creating some visually stunning details on the dial itself. Now, I did mention this is a brand new caliber. It is self-winding. It's 100 meters water resistant, and it does feature now a silicone escapement, which helps with anti-magnetism and just generally helps with efficiency in timekeeping overall. Now, when I look at this timepiece, I think it is emblematic of everything that makes Roger Dubuis great. First and foremost, it features kind of the contemporary case design of Roger Dubuis in the Excalibur case, which I think is so distinct and extremely iconic for the brand. Now, of course, if we're looking at the movement itself, this bi-retrograde complication is a fan favorite for those who are followers of the classic or neo-vintage, let's call Roger Dubuis timepieces, and are fans of the brand itself. This is something that collectors have been clamoring for an extremely, extremely long time. And I think Roger Dubuis has done an exceptional job creating a new timepiece that essentially creates something for the present, but is also looking towards the future. And that is something that they can definitely build upon and expand upon in the future. I think this is really a perfect release at the perfect time for Roger Dubuis, celebrating the 30th anniversary for the brand, and again, creating something that I think collectors have really been clamoring for, while still staying true to their intentional design and of course their contemporary and really futuristic looking timepieces. Although it's important to know that this is still a very classically made watch with, of course, the Geneva Seal hallmark, something that Roger Dubuis takes very, very seriously, of course, because all the way dating back to his original pocket watch, his school watch, which was certified by the Poisson de Genève, that still is hallmarked on their timepieces today, and that is maintained to really ensure that their timepieces are finished to the highest standards in the industry. Now, of course, this is just one of two novelties presented here at Watches and Wonders 2025. The second one being an incredible grand complication limited to only 8 pieces, featuring a bi-retrograde perpetual calendar system, as well as a minute repeater and a flying tourbillon. Now, the watch itself really showcases the technical mastery of the brand. When you consider you have to combine all 3 of these complications, all while keeping true to the Roger Dubuis design aesthetic, but while also essentially creating a mechanism that is not only reliable, but essentially is absolutely, I think, true to the Roger Dubuis brand, we're looking at really the highest level of watchmaking from Roger Dubuis. Again, for the 30th anniversary, it's really showcasing the know-how of the brand and the know-how of course, their ability to create timepieces. Now, one thing to note as well is Roger Dubuis does have even a bespoke watchmaking side to them. So if you have anything that you are looking for them to create, for example, be it with enamel dials, be it with different complications, a mix of complications, or even something like this that is a bit more classic in its aesthetic, or its complication rather, with the bi-retrograde system, this is something that Roger Dubuis pays very close attention to, and obviously wants to create timepieces that clients and fans of the brand are ultimately looking for. I think Roger Dubuis has accomplished a great deal with the release of this timepiece, simply due to the fact that, again, it is something that is very classic, contemporary, but very much wearable in 40 millimeters. But with this bi-retrograde system, it's something that the brand, and the fans of the brand rather, have really been clamoring for, and I think that they did it in a way that stays true to the brand itself. Guys, if you enjoyed this timepieces, or you have any questions about Roger Dubuis watches, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Of course, we are an authorized retailer for Roger Dubuis, so if you have any interest in these timepieces, please feel free to reach out to us directly at Berdine Jewelry. It would be a pleasure to assist.